Hey, I'm KevTV, and welcome to coverage of round 5 of the first season of Formula Xbox. And Tier 1 visited Spain, and as you can see, this is my qualifying lap on the Prime tyres. I saw that the race had, high degradation rate, so I thought it'd be safer to start on the Prime tyres and then switch the options later, or maybe even go for a 2-stop with the Primes, then option afterwards. And I probably should have done a 2-stop in the end. I just got this wrong strategically, and I wasn't that great driving around the track. As you can see, this qualifying lap, again a nice tidy lap, but it's smooth and slow, a bit like Jensen Button and McLaren this year. I think I'm trying to replicate them in this Formula Xbox Season 3 for Tier 1, but as you can see in the Ferrari, doing quite nicely in the first sector. In the second sector wasn't too bad, but it was the last sector where I really lost some time on this lap, and I just couldn't quite get some more time out of these Prime tyres. And I was trying to actually really qualify outside the top 10. As you can see, there's 12 guys in this qualifying, and there's a guy over there on the old circuit there trying to think of happier times around this circuit. I really wish there wasn't this last chicane. I just find it such a nuisance round this track, but here we go into this nuisance. But the race, I did expect to do a bit better on this Prime tyre and then go on to the options, but I was just saving tyres, saving time all the time through that race. I was never really pushing, only for about a couple of laps at the end when I was chasing someone, and then in the middle when there was clear air in front of me, I was really trying to push on those Prime tyres on my last lap I had them on. But as you can see, look at that Legion up there, and it was Goddard who was on pole, if I still remember correctly. Actually no, it was RSTM then Goddard, and as you can see, Lou's been moved sideways into his grid slot there at the start. I didn't notice that until I started editing this, but as you can see, we're getting away at the start now in our Ferrari, 10th out of 14 players, so a couple more joined after the end of qualifying, or I think disconnect during qualifying. But as you can see, going into the first turn, I just got on the grass, braked way too late, and here, scientists, if you want to know what the big ban, what caused it, it was 2 F1 cars, as you can see, and I had to let Hybe through. I did apologise after the race as well, let Kells through as well, and here I am down in 12th, head of Hamilton fan. There was a Marussia off as well. I think he had a first corner incident as well. I think that was Simoncelli, if I remember correctly. But later at the end of the lap, it didn't start well, it didn't end well either, as I got a bit loose in the chicane here, and great reactions from Hamilton fan not to run into the back of me, great avoidance there. But yeah, I was just, as I said, I was going really slow, just saving these tyres, or trying to save these tyres, but in the end it didn't really work, as I wasn't very good at the game either at saving these tyres. But as you can see, I actually passed someone. I passed LSTM. He's trying to prove he's human. But the X-Files said, there was something out there, and we know what that something was. He was LSTM being an alien in this game. I don't understand how he's so fast. But as you can see, I'll outbrake myself, and there goes Hamilton fan pass. So I've instantly lost that position I gained, and I think LSTM was actually in last. Yeah, no, random beats behind me. And he was behind me on the next up and did a great job avoiding me going into this first, and again I instantly rejoining there. Great avoidance from him there. That was probably a poor decision. I probably should have rejoined the track a bit later, but on this game, if you go off track, you're losing so much time because they slow you down when you're off track. But near the end of the lap, again outbraked myself, and as you can see, Hamilton fan all over the back of Kells, virtually pushing him through that chicane, and now I'm defending hard from random beats as Kells unfortunately went in the gravel and spun out of the last corner and had to avoid him there. But yeah, no, I think I'm defending, but random beats had the DRS and just went round my outside and down to 12th again. This is not going well this first then, as you can see, almost in the gravel, just dipped a wheel there on the exit of turn 1 or turn 2 there. So it wasn't going well, but I actually gained a position incredibly, as it looks like Luz has spun there out of the hairpin and almost lost the car going past him there as well. So up to 11th, and we're keeping on the back of random beats here quite impressively, or well for me. But now we're seeing a motif, I think, of this season for me. Legion, he likes to pit early sometimes, and he has fresher tyres, and then he gains on me because I'm normally around him, or rejoin just in behind me, he does. But as you can see, going a bit wide into the right-hander at the end of the first sector, and then into the left, and he just outbrakes me around the outside as I'm really trying to save these tyres now. As it's starting to rear a bit here. And look at that, nicely done from Legion, beautiful move from him, and he's ahead of me. And as I said, he normally does that in races now, unfortunately, this season. But as you can see, Random Beats going wide on the next lap out of Kamsa, and then just rejoins by going into the line I was going to choose. But he runs wide at the hairpin, and we rejoin in front of him just as we're losing the back end of it, because I couldn't avoid going into that corner there. But no, Brandon's also struggling on his option tyres, and I managed to just sneak around his outside, and unfortunately Brandon was suffering lag issues, so it probably looked like I was flying over the top of him or something, and unfortunately he did disconnect in the end because of those issues. But as you can see, up to 9th now and up to 8th on the next lap, on lap 8, and going into the last chicane again, outbraking ourselves, and we've got RS Taram all over the back of us. But fortunately for me, he was pitting. I'm not sure if I just blocked him a bit or hesitated into the pit lane because of me. But as you can see, we're right behind Drastic Midget, who's also pitted, and now Cartman, who's a few seconds up the road from us. So on to lap 11 now. We're pitted for our fresh option tyres. I should have pitted on lap 9, at the end of lap 9, but I went to the end of lap 10 as planned, and I just lost 8 seconds on those 2 laps to the guys on fresher tyres, so it really did cost me going on those worn prime tyres. But as you can see, on our fresh options, we joined behind Luz, who's on some worn prime tyres, and so on lap 12 here, we're going into the first turn, and he's gone a bit wide, and this was just a mistake for me choosing the outside. Any sane person would have gone down the inside, but I chose the outside line, and that was a poor choice for me. Nothing Luz could have done there. But later on the lap, going up the hill, he runs right into the gravel. I dip a wheel into it, but I don't lose as much time as there goes Cartman as well. Another motif of this season, unfortunately. Cartman disconnecting, but I go past Luz, and then on lap 15, we're in 8th place as Drastic Midget. He was 2-stopping. Random Beats, he was 2-stopping as well. Now Drastic Midget's all over the back of me now, and I've still got these option tyres. They're still holding up pretty well, but Drastic Midget, he's on a roll, and Brandon disconnects as I get sideways and just catching that curb again. Another motif of this season. I seem to go sideways quite a bit, but as you can see, Drastic Midget now in front of me on his fresher tyres, but I managed to hold on a bit, and then I was pushing hard on these next 2 laps to try and just get back onto his tail and maybe take advantage of any mistakes he makes. But in the end, I just didn't have enough speed, and I was losing the tyres a bit on the last lap as well. And you can see Random Beats managed to maintain the gap to, unfortunately, behind as I run wide in this last chicane, in this nuisance even, and I can't even corner cut well. I didn't gain much time there. But as you can see, well done to Godders for winning in the Marussia. Another A, and I don't understand how he's so fast as well. But here we go, finish 9th. Not the greatest race ever in the Ferrari, and my teammate I don't think was here this race, but I hope you have enjoyed the race though. I'll be back with the 6th round at Monaco. Salamat for watching, so till then, cheerio.